Well, it's a natural fact. Oswald Bowman on the podcast chat.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to Bike Chat. Coming to you from Brooklyn, New York, with Oswald Bowman. Let's get right into it. Today we're going to start off with some basketball, some NBA, some college hoops. We're going to have Coach Finnegan on today with us. And we're going to also dip into some cycling for the upcoming cross-country cycling event in Belize. But welcome to Bike Chat, coming to you from Brooklyn, New York, with Oswald Bowman. Let's check it out with Mr. John Finnegan. Coach Finnegan, how are you doing today?
I forgot to put something on for you.
Yeah.
I know you asked for it, so here it is.
Yeah, it looks good.
You can show your boys.
Yes. So what's going on in the NBA, man? College, our team got knocked out from the last time you was on. We spoke about St. John's. And I know it's down to the Final Four now.
Oh, yeah. Told you Duke's going to win it all.
Yeah,
Duke's going to take it all. Although these teams are, these four college teams, they're really tough. But I see Duke squeezing it out.
Okay, I know I watched some of the games over the weekend. Those ladies are playing, man. They're playing nice ball.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Very exciting. It's great. But come to our NBA, it's moving along. There's just a few more games left, and did you change your pick, or you still?
No. I don't see. I still don't see Oklahoma City coming out of the West. I really don't. Like I said, Denver is the only team I can see coming out of the West unless the Lakers make a run. You know what I'm saying? They would have to make. They would be the only other team to come out of the West. There's no other team coming out of the West other than. I mean, can Oklahoma City do it? Yeah, they could, but I don't think so.
Yeah, we see year in year out that a lot of these teams that have good regular season, they're not the team usually that goes to the NBA finals.
No. Like right now, the Knicks are actually beating Cleveland at halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a regular season, but
yeah,
it's going to be Boston out of the East.
Yeah, I still think Boston have a good chance, but look, Nick's going to get the guard back. He's coming back most likely for the playoff. He's going to be back, and look,
he's been out a while.
They make a run. They might make a run too for it. Yeah, because.
But they're not going to go anywhere past the second round. I don't see it.
Yeah, well,
they haven't shown me anything to make them past the second round. They haven't shown me anything.
But you know it's regular season, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. They would have to go on a run in the playoffs to actually, like I said, if either way, they beat Boston or they meet Cleveland in the second round, they're not going to pass. They have a better, let me rephrase that. They have a better shot at beating Cleveland in the second round than they do Boston if they meet one of those two teams. If they meet Cleveland in the second round, I think they could beat them in the second round. But if they meet Boston in the second round, they're not going to pass Boston. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, let's see them beating Boston.
Not at all.
Look, unless somebody get hurt, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, somebody would have to get hurt, 100%.
But then,
so
look, with Lakers, man, I see Denver got beat just last night.
Yeah, I mean, could the ref let it go? That's the question. Could the ref let that go? Was it really a foul on Westbrook? I mean, yes and no. I guess technically he did touch him. I mean,
he had just missed a shot before that, right, Westbrook?
Yeah, he missed the corner shot, I believe it was.
Yeah, that's a shot probably could have given them the win.
Right. I mean, because listen, not for nothing, they know to leave him open. He's not that great of an outside shooter, so you're gonna leave him there. You're gonna take your chances with that. You'll live and die with that.
Yeah, he got to go. You know what I mean? He's more draft to the rim type guy.
Yeah, he was better off doing that, trying to draw a foul,
Yeah.
but
But
he
he's
didn't do
playing.
that.
He's still playing good though. He's still playing good ball.
He plays with heart.
Yeah, he fits in real good
I
games.
like I like the way he plays. He definitely plays with heart.
Well,
You know.
they're talking about. I was watching a thing today, ESPN, that they thinking about giving the kid the the MVP
Who?
instead of kid from Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, I forgot his name. It was it. He's leading the league in scoring, I believe. That
Yeah,
kid.
yeah. It says it's most likely he's gonna get in, and his team they might get to 7 wins. So I'm thinking they're
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
think
9 games.
they would have to win. They would have to win out, I believe.
Yeah, so I said they're thinking about giving it to him.
But it's still, it's. I mean, it all depends on who they're playing against.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. I mean, listen, who? I mean, what's their record right now? 63-12.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, but I know they could reach 7 wins, and they have about 9 more games left.
Right now, the Knicks are losing right now by 3.
Yeah. Well,
So,
look,
like I said,
Knicks is in that third place. I don't think they. I don't think
then
they.
like I said, they're not going any further than that.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going any further than that.
I don't see Indiana catching the Knicks, so I think they're gonna.
No, 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 no. There's only 9 games left.
Okay, yeah, so they're not catching the Knicks, and they had about 3 games. Indiana lost to Lakers the other night,
Right.
and Lakers, you see, they had a nice game against Houston and beat Houston too. Houston is ahead of them.
Yeah, Houston's in second. Then it's Denver. Then it's the Lakers, and then it's the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, and they're pretty close. They're not, but with the amount of games left, they just need to win out. Uh, Lakers stand a chance to pass Denver.
Right, because Denver lost the other night, and the Lakers won. So
That's how it is about
if
halfway.
LeBron decides he don't need another day off, they might make it.
Yeah, well, the James, they're talking about the James, John. I know John is your guy. But look, man, James, you got to give it to him. The guy been playing pretty good for 20-something years.
Yeah, but he doesn't. To me, he doesn't play with heart. He's more of a he's content at what he does. I mean, he's good, but he could be better. He could have been the best
Uh,
had he played with more heart.
yeah. I mean, look, John is whole different era, though. You know what I mean, Jay?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You gotta go by eras. I mean, you can't compare it. The league was different back then.
Yeah. I mean,
You know.
we enjoy that type of basketball back then. Uh, Look, man, I remember the days when we used to on Sundays just stay home until after the game is over.
Yeah, when it was on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Nobody really left their house. They always watched the games.
Until the game is over.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When John was at Madison Square Garden, those Friday night games, those Saturday night games.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
For sure.
You didn't leave. You didn't leave the TVs. You stood around to see those games.
Yep. That's what. But that's when I don't know. To me, basketball was better then for some reason. The physicality. Nobody jumped on teams, make super teams. Everybody stood on their own team that they were drafted to. You rarely saw that. It was like I don't know. They just wanted to beat each other. Hey, there's nothing wrong being friends. I mean, whatever. But
Yeah, but John, back then you had super team. I mean, look at the Lakers. The Lakers had Magic had James Worthy. You had Abdul.
yeah, but they would, but most of them were just like traded to those teams though. They weren't like they weren't calling each other up saying let's join teams.
And look at the Celtics. Look at the lineup the Celtics had at one time with Larry Bird and Mikhail.
Robert, yeah, Robert Parrish,
Well, look at that.
Danny Ainge.
Yeah, Ainge. Those are serious teams right here.
Oh
Those
yeah.
teams could have played in this era right here and did well.
Oh, well, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, listen, even the Utah teams were good with John Stockton, Malone, uh, Hornacek, and them guys. They were good. They were definitely good. I mean, at Phoenix Suns when Barkley was on that team was good.
Yeah,
Kevin Johnson, Danny Ainge, and Danny Ainge went to that team too. And then you had Dan Marley, you had Charles Barkley.
yeah,
You know, those guys were good too. Then the other role players and stuff like that. Even
yeah.
Indiana with Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, the uh the big center, forgot his name, the big white
Yeah,
guy, forgot his name.
the 7'4" guy, Smith.
Yeah, it's Rick Smits.
Rick
Rick
Smith.
Smits.
Yeah,
And then he shaved his head.
yeah.
You know, they were good.
Yeah, those teams are very good teams, but the only thing with at that time they ran into Jordan. You know what I mean?
Like most teams in the 90s.
Yeah. So
You know,
I
it
mean,
was just,
Utah came close to win a championship, but I think they got there twice, and
yeah, they lost to the Bulls back to back.
they had to play the Bulls.
The Bulls, yeah, back to back years they played them. And then they lost. So, I mean, listen, they had their shot. You know, it is what it is.
But
You know.
then we just baseball just got started. Next
Oh,
Saturday.
I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but did Aaron Judge get suspended for PED use?
I didn't hear that today, and I was listening to
Maybe it was something fake I saw on the internet. You know how they throw stupid stuff on the internet.
I don't know. I had ESPN on in the car. I didn't hear
I mean,
anything.
that would have been big breaking
That would
news.
have
I
been
didn't
big
see.
news.
Yeah, so it has to be fake.
That would have
The
been big
captain of the
news.
Yankees gets caught for PEDs. You know that's making the news.
Well, after this, I'm gonna check it out. Then I know they had the thing with the bat, the torpedo bats.
The torpedo bats. I mean, listen, not for nothing. The Yankees paid somebody to come in. I think he's the manager of the Marlins, some MIT guy, and they paid him to figure out where they hit the ball the most on
Yeah.
the bats. So you just reconfigure the bat to have more meat at that end, and the league approved it. It's within the specs.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, but you still got to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, but I still think John that is helping them. Look,
I'm not saying it's not, but you still have to your hand-eye coordination. You still got to put the bat on the ball.
they
You
wanna
got the best bat in the world. You got to make contact still.
they wanna create more runs and stuff like that. I mean, then they
That's the
what
next
else
thing.
they
The baseball is slow, so they want to try to, spice it up a little bit, I guess.
well
But
when they have Barry Bonds and Sosa and Maguire hitting all these home runs, look, that's why
right,
these guys should be in
Hall of
Hall
Fame.
of Fame. Yeah.
I mean, listen, how many times they were so afraid to pitch to Barry Bonds? Stuff, but they walked him 104 times, I think, one time,
Yeah.
and they never let him swing. They were so afraid to pitch to him.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think those guys are supposed to be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, here they come with the torpedo bats, and they want
I mean, listen, I don't see why they shouldn't be. I mean, I guess everybody in sports takes something. I mean, they try to work their way around the rules or whatever, but what do they say? You're not trying if you don't get caught cheating or something? Is that the saying?
A lot of these guys, when you see them when they first come up, they're very, very skinny, 170 pounds,
Yeah,
And after that,
yeah,
a couple of years in the league, you see them
in the
becoming a
league.
muscle man,
Oh yeah, yeah. And then that's the next thing. A lot of people getting hurt because the muscle mass that they put on. They get so tight they can't move. So the muscle tightens up and they get hurt.
Yeah. So
You know.
they're all great. They're all entertainers. They're all making money.
Exactly.
The they want more runs in. They want to make it exciting. So
Right, because they're trying to get the baseball fan back
yeah.
as far as that because the game is too slow. That's why they put the pitch count in.
Yeah,
They want these pitchers to pitch faster. You know.
baseball was real good in the 80s when you had Strawberry and that whole mix.
Oh, the '86 Mets coming out there coked up playing baseball. Guys are drinking in the locker room in between fucking innings and stuff.
Yeah,
You can't do that no more.
Yeah, I mean, and that's when
He's definitely
baseball,
doing that no more.
that's when baseball.
Oh yeah, all the way into the '90s. You know, when the Yankees were winning in the playoffs and the World Series back in those days were exciting for New York. You know, but what it is then. But oh yeah, nice. How you doing?
He's a Michael Jordan fan, man. I told him James is the guy now.
Who's the
Who's the
guy?
guy? I tell him James, he's Michael Jordan guy. You know?
Who's the guy right now? You said?
No, I'm telling him that James is the GOAT.
Okay.
Yeah. But he still believe in Jordan, you know what I mean?
Yes, the best of all time.
Who?
Best of our time. I don't know whose time you're talking about.
Who you
Jordan,
talking?
best
Jordan
of
No, Michael Jordan is probably the best basketball player of all time.
See, Isaiah, I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen to your people, man. I'm telling you, bro. You don't know.
That's what John is saying. I'm
Since
telling him
what
no.
happened? What happened in sports that whenever you have a guy that come and play like how Michael Jordan play, anybody that comes after him and play well, they always say, "Oh, this is the next." But no, that's the only guy you know that in the fourth quarter, or if you watch this game, when you are going to be entertained.
Well, that's the thing with him. Yeah.
Exactly. The only person to come close to Michael Jordan is Kobe Bryant.
And the thing with Michael, and at least with Michael, you know what I mean? Guys used to be scared of him.
Oh yeah, these guys would lose sleep at night trying to play against Nixon.
Yeah, and in interviews you hear a lot of them talk about that. They used to be scared going up against him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without it, because they knew that what they were in for. They couldn't guard him.
Every time Michael Jordan hold the ball, you guarantee something will take place.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not going to get a board play. You will get a play somewhere. Either from him, a pass, something you will get. But you're not just going to get like a no.
Yeah. Then him his teammates used to be scared of him. You know what I mean?
Well, that's because, like he said, he wants you to practice hard. This way, when you get into that game, it just comes to you naturally. You don't want to practice hard. I mean, you ain't gonna play the game hard.
And Dave, you ever run into a cyclist like that, man, that would like walk past you, to him says hi, morning, nothing like that?
Oh yeah. Sometimes being good come with a level of happiness too, you know.
Yeah. And John was like,
you just gotta back it up though.
Well, John
That's like the competitive nature in him too requires that too, because sometimes when you get friendly. In any sport you tend to, when you play against the individual, you play a little different.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when Larry Bird was in the three-point contest. He walked to the locker and said, "Who's coming in second?"
Yeah. You gotta get that shit. You can't just
The minute you tell those people, you say that to the people you're going up against, they're gonna think twice. Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah. Right here, put some fair.
Exactly.
Yeah,
well, they used to say George used to butter up everybody, take them out for dinner the night before the games. Get them soften them up the next day. Maybe there's some truth behind that.
But in those days, man, I always remember that Sundays we used to be home and you go out after those games. Everybody stay home. Yeah.
They got in sports, there's always someone like that. All sports have someone like that.
Yeah.
You have it in boxing, you have it in cycling, you have it in,
Got it in
basketball.
baseball.
I remember, even before John win his championship, him the years when he was battling Detroit and Boston, but still,
Exactly.
there's only one.
Isaiah Thomas was that guy at the
There's
time.
only one other player that entertaining to watch, that I found very entertaining, and I sorry he went out. I didn't like the way he went out was Magic Johnson. If Magic would have stick up, that's the guy. Like if you go and watch any of the Lakers whole game with Magic, bro, that stuff is so entertaining. You never see a player that do so much stuff with the ball.
Well, you remember in that one playoff series, he had to play center.
Yeah.
And he came from Cali. He won
yeah.
college championship. Came to the NBA. I think he might have won the KD. He played center and won his first. I think Magic won his first year.
First championship that year. Yeah.
He got some serious stats and he won 5 championship, man.
Yeah,
That's the thing. That's also the thing too. You gotta remember, LeBron came right into the league. Jordan didn't come to the league right away. He had 4 years of college. So now you take that 4 years of college and those extra years that LeBron's ahead of him, and Jordan will probably have more better stats than LeBron.
I think LeBron is in terms of stats because of the time he played, he will surpass one. But in terms of entertainment, LeBron don't have a killing instinct. He's too back.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell Ozzy. You don't have that.
Well, it's that John had that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you hear, James is great, but you hear a lot of interviews with old players that say, "Yo, man, I couldn't sleep. I know I'm playing." They called him Black Jesus the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They couldn't sleep. You know what I mean?
Even Shaq said he was afraid to play against the same team from one court. He didn't want to piss him off. He didn't want to piss him off. You know? Like Byron Scott. Byron Scott when the Lakers when he got hurt and they were playing the Bulls and Jordan Jackson. Who's guarding tonight? He said Anthony Peeler. 50. Somebody told him, don't piss him off. Whatever you do, don't piss him off. George dropped 54.
Yeah, that was great days. Yeah,
but he was a player in college the same way, man. Remember he won a championship?
Oh yeah.
He just came up and started playing like that. I felt like these guys from college, there's a lot of guys that were very good in college. Tim Duncan was good in college.
I think this kid Cooper Flag, if he stays in college for 4 years, he's drafted, he's going to be a great basketball player.
Who's this?
Cooper Flag.
He's from Duke.
Yeah, for Duke. Okay. Duke
Yeah.
Right. When he was part of the select team to play against the USA team this last year, summer, he was going up against the NBA players and he was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I think he averaged like 21.
Oh, okay.
Right now, he's 17 years old. I think 17 or 18 years old, like that.
Oh, you got young.
He's a young kid. He's a young kid.
Oh, okay.
But that whole Duke team is put together, so.
Yeah, they have very good programs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
North Carolina, man, they got those colleges, Kentucky.
Yep, Houston, Auburn, Florida. They're all good.
All right, man.
Very good.
Coach Finnegan. So,
Yes, sir.
Great to have you, man. Great company, great knowledge, and we continue to chop it up. You could stay on. Me and Dave is gonna chop up some cycling.
All right,
This upcoming cross country.
All right, I'll be on next time.
Yeah, and we do some more basketball. We do some hockey next time.
Remember right now, the best player in the NBA right now is Nikola Jokic, okay?
Yeah, the Joker.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
Well, that's a team Finnegan coach picked to win. The NBA.
I would have to say yes right now.
That guy is so skillful for his size, is just ridiculous.
And the thing is,
Let me ask you a question. You look at Jokic right now or Shaq in 2001?
Oh, Joker.
I will go with Nikola because he have a more complete game than Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq around the rim.
I can guarantee you If they were to play, Lakota Jokic would stay outside, shoot threes, and I guarantee you, Shaq will score more twos than he will shoot and
But
make threes.
I think Shaq will fall out also though.
Not 2001 Shaq.
Because he would be forced to come out and play Nicola on top of the three. And I think he would get him, and Nicola is not too slow on his feet, so he would beat him off the dribble and cause him to fall.
Right, that's why I'm saying I think Shaq will leave him out there, knowing that he'll score more twos than he'll score threes.
Okay.
That's
But it's not because the thing is what you have is the dominant side, right?
Yep.
But I saw Shaq against Akeem Olajuwon.
Oh, forget it.
And
Akeem is a totally different breed.
He made
He's a
it
totally different breed. That guy, I don't know how he did it. He was good. You got that right.
He wasn't 7 foot though, right? He was like 6
Yeah,
feet.
he was 7 foot.
No, he was 7 foot. No, he was 7 foot. You never saw him down there to go work out with Hakeem Olajuwon. Kobe did it. Kobe first went down there. And he
got his work for a tall guy.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Absolutely. And I don't know how he's fast like that, not drinking anything, playing in those playoffs like that. That would kill me.
Yeah, and well, one thing with Joker, man, the guy could pass, he could score. He doesn't look fast, but he moves fast.
Didn't he just have a 50-point game with a triple-double something like that?
Yeah. I think he had like 2 or 3 of them this year.
Yeah, he has most triple-doubles this year.
Yeah.
You know? So. But we'll see.
All right, man.
We'll see. All right, guys.
All right, coach.
All right, cool.
Take care.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Make America great again.
I'm trying. Take care, boys.
All right, cool.
All right, brother. Thanks. Yeah, Dave, man. So this weekend is I think it's the
Junior
cross country. Also the youth too, right? It's all in one.
I guess most likely because I'm not sure if they separate the youth from the junior. Usually have them right together and give separate prize. I don't know if the format has changed because of the numbers, you know?
Yeah. Then so it's supposed to be a very exciting race this weekend.
Oh yeah.
You have any pick?
I will go with Amachan.
He rides for G Flow or?
Yeah. I like the Nina, I like his strength, strong kid, you know. He's young, man. I think he's like 14, dude.
Oh, shucks.
Because he's not junior, he's a youth.
Oh, okay.
But he got kind of potential, but still, the thing is to get tricky because he rides for G Flow, and you know the G Flow junior team is top 2. They have a lot of riders.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the plan is to have him win or have one of the older guys win the race because he will have his turn because he's only like 13 or 14. So.
All right, so the other guys, some of them moving up next year.
Mm-hmm.
Then we haven't any latest race this weekend. No, that's all next weekend.
I want to go next week.
Yeah, the following weekend. That's the weekend I'm gonna have the event.
I'm wondering if they bring in any female. I haven't heard anything. If they bring in. Remember last year was competitive because they brought in Kaya brought her team, and Legion had their team, and they went head and head. Yeah.
But Dave, I still don't understand that part when it comes to CFB. That like it seems like nobody know who's coming in and who. You know what I mean? By this time of the game, you kind of should know
I don't
who's
know
coming
what
in.
situation. I don't know if they have released anything yet. It's the female or the male who is coming, but they should be able to give us an idea at least by the end of this week. Because it's the 19th and you're talking about what, the 5th? 2 weeks out?
Yeah, 2 weeks out.
It's good to always know competitors and before, you know. It helps mentally, you know, psychology. Are you sure? Not sure if you do much to fix your training program, but still, at least mentally
you know who's coming. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And cross country is like when it comes to the cross country for the male, it's like I still don't think they know who's coming in for that big race either.
I was gonna say that Padilla is coming, but I don't think he will face the same caliber rider he faced that year when he won, because there's a different breeder right now.
Yeah.
You're talking about you're talking about if Corlac would come back this year. You're talking about if the champion from last year, Luis Lopez. And I sure Padilla might be familiar with Luis Lopez.
Yes.
Because I think one time Luis Lopez might had rode not on the team at the time, but I think Luis Lopez rode one time with a team that Padilla was a part of, if I'm not mistaken. But I sure they kind of familiar with each other, at least the name-wise. So it will be good for cycling. It will take a little bit pressure off the Belizean.
Yeah.
Then they just ride around the foreigners, but yeah, I would say I'd maybe like 5 Belizeans right now. I would say that can be around cross country, you know.
Yeah.
So
and then the in cross country, it like give me the guy that is riding good close to the race. That some man, that's the guy that usually do good in cross country. That get his conditioned a little later in the year, because I think they go in the race pretty strong.
Well, the thing is with cross country and most big race that when you're training for cross country, your training will show up on cross country. What I mean by that is that if you put in the work, it's when you back off on your workload and you start recover for that specific day. That's when you're supposed to gain your most strength. Physically, you're supposed to be at your strongest. A lot of the guys that was racing lately, they didn't get a chance to back off. They was going from training right into race.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if they didn't start had tapered down Finnegan as they race. They didn't cut back on their mad. They didn't cut back. Most of them probably just followed this training program. No, the week before the race, anyway from 7 to 10 days out, when they start tapered down, like start going to recovery mode, like resting, eating, right? Recovery, that's supposed to be the plus for them for cross country.
Yeah.
And we won't know until the day. And that's why some guys, back in our time, you might see some guys don't show up in Creme, they might not show up in Valentine, they might not show up in like the much cross country. Those are the guys that probably just didn't they didn't put those races on the calendar to be a race for them to win, no?
Yeah.
And so I don't know guys that's probably doing that right now, or have that in their schedule, right? Some guys that went from race to race, but the guys that I showed guys like Chap and those guys, they have coaches that know the sports. When they start taper down, even Carlton, you will see a different type of rider, hopefully coming cross country.
Yeah. Then, but how you feel about like opening the race, or to all the international? I mean, you're not gonna do it with top pros, but like kind of open the race and have as much people come to ride the race, because a lot of our guys can't afford to go out to some of these races. So, isn't it better like to have majority of those top cyclists like come to Belize?
So yes, but the thing is for cross country has been a race that's so traditional, so cultural, and it's already stopped the way it is. But the idea of a race outside of cross country would be awesome. And I look at that race, Rumbling Tropics.
Yeah.
This was its first year. But if I would be giving advice to CFP and DTT for that race, being that tourist board involved, I would have made that the international race.
Gotcha.
Where you have anybody come in once they fit a criteria, but you have to have some form of criteria, right? In terms of whether it's Cat 1, whether it's Cat 2, whether it's Pro, whoever you want to invite. But being that race is a part of BTB, the sponsored race,
Yeah.
and you bring in international riders, you're talking about opening up police for tourism, guys see these, but I don't know about cross country because we cross country already have numbers so far. It's always a big race. So if you do that, you would have to still limit at the amount that you want, right?
Yeah.
In terms of numbers, because we already got the way how we do it for all these years. So the problem would be now, how do you implement change to cross country from going to how we have it right now? To say, okay, well, let's open it up and do it so and so. So it's like you move the goalpost in the middle of the game. But because rumbling the traffic, this is only the first year they had it. I think next year could be that race.
Yeah.
In terms of the prize that's lucrative, the terrain is nice.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be the race that I would aim for that international. Because if you notice this year, there was, I don't know sure if there was any foreigners in that race.
Yeah, it had, I think, wasn't a couple of Mexican was in that race?
Yeah, but there wasn't heavy hitters.
Like, no.
But I'm saying that if you could do that next year and bring some of the heavy hitters for it.
Yeah.
And then it would be fair then, because then the guys then that are vetted and get kicked out, that we don't, like some of the guys that got vetted for cross country and they came here either because of license or either because they're semi-pro team or whatever the situation is, we'll give them an opportunity now to be in that race.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think cross country, because it's so traditional, I always think that cross country was always a sensitive race that means a lot to the Belizeans. So we are very sensitive about losing that. I mean, over the years, the Belizeans have changed where they kind of accept the fact now that, you know what? Well, we lose to foreigners, alright, we have to get filled out to find a way to bet them.
Okay, so you let that rumble in the traffic.
That would be the perfect thing, because rumble in the traffic, you have all these countries right around, from the Caribbean islands, whether it's Guatemala, Honduras.
Yeah.
But I would want them to, and the reason why I'm saying it like that, I want to see rumble in the traffic. They invite a couple Panamanian, a couple Brazilian, because those guys can ride, bro. You know? So that's where I want to see go. But I don't know for cross country, because cross country is so political too. When you have arguments about teams and who to bring, and they're gonna be on a team.
Yeah.
I don't know how you implement that for cross country, but rumbling traffic was a beautiful race. I like the finish. I like the 3 laps around the boulevard, because you bring it to the people in the city.
I always say that. There's no, why have the races finish at 2 miles or 4 miles? You got.
I know that by the time I walk out, the guy fly past, the race is over. From boulevard, I get to see you 2 times.
Yeah, and no, I always said I have the race finish in the city. That was perfect. Why have the race finish at 4 miles or 2 miles?
I think that is, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it was beautiful race. So a beautiful race. Then one of the things I noticed, right, with like Weekend Warriors race, I always thought that race was for like guys. I mean, I'm a couple of years older than you all. But guys, older guys like us that work all week and ride weekend, that's why they call it Weekend Warriors. But in the race that went Sunday, there's a couple of the guys in that race, and the guy that won the race, what are they doing riding in Weekend Warriors race?
I think the whole originality of Weekend Warriors was based around older guys that used to race. Some almost like Legend Night.
Yeah.
And they don't have the time to put in the miles.
Yeah.
They just ride on the weekend. That's why it was called Weekend Warrior. I believe that over the years, as it evolved, I think what happened, they couldn't see numbers in terms of competitiveness.
Okay.
And so they start bringing in guys. But I think they don't have the... It seems that Weekend Warriors already had a draft up plan how it used to work, but for some reason, I'm not sure if they're following that same plan or they changed it. But Weekend Warriors right now, I call it, it's like a semi-elite club.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So you,
A
so that
semi-elite
means,
club.
yeah, so either they left those guys in there, but one thing I know that the young guys that ride Weekend Warriors, they're not getting better to ride with the elite guys, with the top guys. I mean, if you riding Weekend Warriors, it's not making them better, can't.
Well,
Ride
the
with
thing
the top guys.
the thing is that Weekend Warriors and Guns Racing Club, right? And let's use Guns Racing Club because I was here for that. Guns started off having guys just racing. You used to have guys once a week. I used to go behind that race sometimes. They used to average 18 miles an hour, 90 when they started. And then over the years they improved. Now what I think now that Weekend Warriors and Guns Racing Club can be used as a development club.
Yeah.
In order to put you, so it's almost like a G League then.
Yeah.
If there's a young rider, so for instance, if at 25 year will come in there, and he won a classic race, right? He won a big classic race. A classic race is supposed to automatically push you to elite status to make you start riding. You know, the argument some guys will make, well, them man don't because they don't win that elite. That don't make you elite because you don't win elite races. You don't win because of the competitiveness, right? It's not because you're not skilled. But I think that they use as a development program whereas the guys are riding, and then you give them 6 months to ride as they develop their skill harness, then they go. But it seems that our lot of young guys don't have the drive to what you say to I wouldn't say not to compete, but the drive to be better. They become comfortable at Weekend Warriors. So Weekend Warriors become a place, and then when you mix that in there with the prize that Weekend Warriors is giving, and the video that's showing on the TV, guys want to look good and they want to be paid. So they ride Weekend Warriors, and because there's no standard that they're setting there, guys stay there. So the race become like a semi-elite race. Because a lot of these guys, to be honest, you cannot say a guy, like for instance, I feel like if you are competing, when we guys from the States, we bet them.
Yeah.
We say if you have a license, you have one license, if you have a race, and a continental team, or so on, so 2 years, so you set a standard. Now, at Weekend Warriors, you have guys that still competing in elite races.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they have a license. And so then they come back and they ride down to they ride Weekend
Warriors, yeah.
But if you notice in Sunday race, if you look at that podium, all the guys that's competing in elite races are the guys that finishing in the top 10. The most dominant guys that's riding elite finishing in the top 10.
Yeah.
The regular Warriors guys wasn't there.
And that as I noticed that before, and also noticed it Sunday, and I remember I had texted Gab and asked him about how comes a lot of young guys are taking part in Weekend Warriors now. It really is not helping them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? Right, but I'm saying that you have to be if your purpose if I'm 25 years old and I'm racing, it's because I'm aspiring to be a better rider, and if I see I win a ride dominating Weekend Warriors at 25, why I want to stay there.
Yeah.
And if you're not forced not to stay there, then you stay there.
Yeah.
Because you're going to become comfortable, you're getting paid because the prize are lucrative.
Yeah.
And so why would I just volunteer jump up and say, you know what, I want to go elite? So Weekend Warriors have to set the standards and set a certain level in order to make it work. Whereas you have what you have on Sunday.
Yeah.
Where they will be dominated by the guys them, like the kid that rode Sunday.
Yeah. There's no way he should have been riding that race.
I mean, look at Sunday's race. You had, if we're going by resume, right? You're talking about we had Lovell that won a stage in the Valentine's Classic. you had Heno that just finished rumbling the traffic, finished with the first of the guys in one. If I think he finished 9th or 10th. But he came to the finish line with those guys. It's like he came there sitting on someone's wheel, right? So you have guys there that's capable of riding elite level.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, that's what I noticed. Yeah.
Right? So that's how it is. That's so they will have to decide. Well, I'm sure they might have that. Because I'm sure they have some kind of rules that they started with, but you know, it boils down to if I could get 60 guys to win a race, I could get 80.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah.
You should have 80 guys riding weekend race and 65 guys riding elite race. CFP should be the bigger, by far, the bigger club.
Yeah, they should have them move up. It's that it doesn't, to me, it doesn't make Weekend Warriors a fun race when you're watching the race and see all these young guys in it. I know when it's a thing that had originally started.
Well, it showed not only Sunday, it was the same way January.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. The guys that do elite races, that's racing in elite races, show up in the top 10.
Yeah, it tells me too that a lot of younger guys, they don't want to put the work in. They want to work hard. You know what I mean? So
Exactly, because if you go to elite,
yeah,
you can't dominate. So you have to work hard to try and dominate.
You got to put the work in. So that tells me that they're not motivated. They don't want to put the work in. And but let's see if they're gonna make some adjustments to it.
I don't know about the adjustment because I noticed here cycling in general in sports in the league you have a lot of what do you want to say? You have a lot of people that few people that would try and reject something like that. And I don't think they would reject it because it's not a bad plan. I think they would just reject it. That's what we have here sometimes. That you have people that present something that are influential and they push it to the guys and the guys they accept it without even question. No question. They motivate them. They just do it because they figure the person is telling them to do it. Right? You have to ask questions. I mean, the question has to be asked. Is Weekend Warriors and Gums Racing Club, what are their objectives? Is their objective is to grow cycling in the league and make it better? Or is it there to grow Guns Club or to grow Weekend Warriors Club? No, if you're doing it for Weekend Warriors Club, then you know your guys in there.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for CFB as a whole, then you say, okay, we bring the young guys, develop them, and then we push them to elite.
Yeah.
Because guys are very good. Kids like Adley and few of them that start out with guns. That well. Adley was one for sure. The kid Sean God, few of them was riding with guns and end up racing in races and they didn't do well. They didn't won or dominate. But the point is that they started and they were able to take their skill to the elite level.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see for cycling. I don't want to see a 25-year-old or a 30-year-old guy just sitting there. Because in cycling, 30 is not old.
No, it's not old at all.
I remember at the Pan American Games, Roseno Ramos won the Pan American Games test road race. With other countries, was 32 years old.
Yeah. No, 30
So when guys think that 30, they're not really old. So we have club riders and they're 30, 31, 32, 29, stuff like that.
Yeah, that shouldn't be there. Yeah. Well, let's hope, man. They kind of see if we have the country come back to the table and try and straighten things out and, put these guys.
I think the time has changed, whereas they need to have a format where they have to bring back cycling meetings We only have meetings only when
yeah.
only when they're doing what a president. I mean, picking a president or something like that, or secretary. I think they should have a meeting until cycling get to a place where they can relax, where they have and let's hear from the cyclists what they want.
Yeah, I remember we used to have meetings. I think it was once a month when in the 80s, from what I remember. But now, even before cross country, I mean, did they have a meeting like with any of the ladies, with the youths? I don't hear about no meetings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you have to have meetings. So
I think the federation have to set the tone and the standard to what they want cycling to be, right? And then have everybody follow. That's what it has to be. And they have to put it in a way whereas that to be fair to the people that's involved, where they have to get some type of salary, say, because when you don't do that, you won't get the best. You won't get people to go all the way out, right? And you don't want to pressure someone that you're not paying to be a certain way. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I was talking about that whole idea that you see, so European people or white man or whatever name you want to give to them, everything for them is a business, bro.
yeah.
Serious, you have to be a business because when you don't, you see the argument can make, well, you can't make it a business. Okay, so when you don't make it a business, you cannot really hold nobody responsible.
Yeah.
Or you cannot come down on nobody when you're not paying them because it's not fair.
Yeah.
You can't get a finger parliament and go home after you get out with family and spend 2 hours to drop up. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So you have to be in a position where even if you're not making a lot of money, but just put them in a position where the interest will be there.
Yeah.
Right?
They have to have a stipend after.
They have to be something involved because you know that putting a race together is not easy, man.
Yeah. No, it's not easy.
You know?
And man, there's so many things they could do to raise fund, and it's a lot of things. You know, they could get, make money from with the sports, but they like you said, they have to have we're not expecting the president or the secretary or the treasurer to do everything, but they have to have a body that with people are responsible to do certain things.
Well, the whole idea of like the federation right now, you have Glenn as the president, you have Arthur as the vice president. That I know, Michael Arthur, then you have Letizia, secretary.
Yeah, either secretary or treasurer.
So for sure you got 3 people, those 3 people, for sure that you know they work. They try to make things better. I think you need a body underneath that will do federation to find a PR person. They need to find a body that's under the president. And that's why I said when you have to be involved. So for instance, all right, if I have an issue about a race, I should be able to call the president and start yapping in his ears. What I do is when I call, I will get the president.
Yeah.
I will get that body that will protect the president.
Yeah.
So you don't have the president get 25 calls, everybody complain to him.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we have sometimes. And the president have to have people that's under him, that's not only doing that, but advising him also.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you're in any leadership position, bro, you get so many calls.
Yeah.
And like 20 people want you to do something different. Remind of when you did GGA, everybody want to know what to play.
Yeah.
So about 20 people tell us what to play. So, and I think because of that, sometimes the president gets in a position where he look like he try to please everybody.
I can't do that.
Right. But if he had that body underneath him to vet those cards and help them with those decisions,
Yeah.
your call, the call conflict might not even reach the president.
Yeah.
Because if the call will try again to touch the president, don't make sense. I don't want to put you through. You them need I make you waste my time, man's time.
Yeah.
Right? But in Belize, it's different. You can't go to states and call Alan Silver from the NBA, or you can't go to Chetumal, Mexico, and call the president of St. Association of Chetumal. You don't got phone number.
Yeah.
You got people that you want to get in touch with him, and if it makes sense, someone say, you know what, we have this guy's sick, he wants to do a race, so, and then you, the president, advise go to the body tell you.
Yeah.
That because you protect the president, and that's why many times you see the president get criticized and stuff, because he's in a bad position where he has to try to please everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like the last race, the race was it the tour? I think it was the tour. Whereas the first race was supposed to go to Orange Walk, I think, that road race.
Yeah, I remember.
But the road was bad. Check this out. The road was terrible. So that was related to the president. The president made a decision, okay, the road bad, okay, we're going to carry it to Coastal Road, right? But if we had a body there, the body would have two things. They may have enough time, 4 or 5 guys to listen. What do you think? This or this? No, when the president had to change that, I don't know if he had, not saying this the case, but I didn't know if the president had somebody to advise him. So he probably moved to Coastal Road, not even thinking about what Coastal Road might got dropped in there. So he moved to Coastal Road, and when they got the drop, they weren't concerned about the race. All they talk about was the drop.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
my distraction.
Yeah.
And I thought the course was nice, but yes, the drop was bad. We used to watch it. It's suddenly chew him out for that. Oh, let's put it there, this stuff, and know. Then he went, it did it Sunday, whereas maybe he put it to another week. But the argument most people make that, well, when Belizeans go to compete, they ride hills. Right? They ride steep hills. So put it through Pine Ridge, that's steep hill. Put it through Pine Ridge, no reception. Exactly. So I'm saying that, but if you have a body in place, that body make that decision.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I see that should be going.
Yeah, let's hope. I mean, this year is, almost coming to an end with the year after cross country, and let's hope they come to the table and do something different or kind of make it better when it comes to all those things. Guy, you're so right with that.
And the thing is, what I do try to do is that when you see Belize is a very young country and very young cycling. So whether it's doing live, if it drop, or whether it's CFB, whether it's somebody reporting and maybe don't have the name of a rider, pronounce his name properly. Those are the small stuff. Those stuff will improve with time. And I think sometimes people are more waiting for a mistake to complain.
To complain.
Right. And talk about all the other things.
Yeah.
Because I could have never believed we would have been able. I am so spoiled to watch the race. I don't want to go behind the race. I want to watch it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we watch it for free. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, that's
I
a big thing.
But I'm paying for the service.
Nobody want to say that, but you're so right, because I tell people all the time when I want to watch Tour de France, look, I got to pay. I got to go on. I got all the Peacock for the month, and I got to pay. I can't see none of those races over here for free.
Exactly. So I'm just saying,
it's just amazing sometimes. You hear fans complaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I know. They're not the fans, because remember, I think that, and that's why I said that CFP need a PR person. Because that's what the PR person will do. Because for instance, like if you do live, right? Before you start your live, one of the things you want to tell us, your audience, your spectators, your fans are listening. We don't have the best equipment yet. We're trying. At the time we'll improve, and we'll try our best to bring this race. If they forgive us, we apologize. And then people understand. But I think when we don't say that, and people start to become so comfortable in the way it is.
Yeah.
When you make a mistake, now you have to give answer. Now you have to give answer after the fact. Rather, if you tell them before it happened, then I say, boy, you know what? We didn't tell we again. That's like if you're going to black out and they'll tell you, look, what you it's your rip, right? So those are things to improve on. But if you really want to see some improve, I think constructive criticism is the best place where the type they look like it's personal to me.
Yeah.
Like a personal attack from someone, right?
Yeah. Guys, because look, everybody's trying their best. It's working. We have some beautiful races here.
Yes, man.
You cannot. Those people that complain when you have a couple of drops and stuff. Look, man.
Bro, I'm seeing, bro. You pay for service in America, sometimes you get no contact. Been there. From all kind of stuff going. Something like down is season. And then they want to send you a big old thing sorry for the inconvenience.
No, they do. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But
you got no explanation.
Yeah, but CFB, look, they will step up the game. To me, they're leaving a lot of money on the table. A lot of money they're leaving on the table. So, hopefully next year they could do different. But they're doing great. The races are beautiful.
Yes.
Race Sunday was beautiful.
Man.
I think Sunday. I think the traffic race. With
but that's what I enjoy the most.
And the team ride beautiful.
I like the boat, boy, but when I see rumbling traffic, what I like about rumbling traffic, I like the finish.
Yeah.
I like the whole idea, brother. Excitement, people screaming when chap get on the finish first, get over the bridge, and they chase you. That was beautiful. That reminds me of the first good, bro.
Yeah, I always says, bring the race and let it finish in the city.
Yes, I like
the race
to be honest.
On the road is no good.
To be honest, all those races, Belmont Classic, Creme Classic, all those races, Farmer, either 3 or 4 laps, and Central American Boulevard.
Yeah, that's our main boulevard.
That would be
Central American.
Yes, it would be beautiful because now you get a chance to see the race.
And you get to see the guys in action. Then the next thing, Dave. Apparently there was a problem with the conch. All right, 3 laps. Where the 3 laps starts, and that's why it's important that the association have to.
Well, guys, the thing with that is, I think. All right. So you get on Balkan Bridge, right? You come down Balkan Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Your race is finishing in front of almost the front of the opposite side. Where we put your maybe in line with a little bit past WhatsApp, so go opposite direction, right?
Yeah.
So when you come down that bridge there, and you get part of the race and finish on the opposite side,
yeah,
your 3 laps start right there.
Okay, good.
I heard guys say go around that I want to know. You cannot go on then when you come around one start come. No. From you start right there when you start right there on the race, so you go one lap.
That's one lap. Yeah, guys.
Yes. Because remember the race and the road is over with.
Yeah.
So when you go on, you swing. It's just like national scale when you get on national scale, it's 4 laps. When you get on and you come around
that's one lap.
You can't go around and start. So, what the federation could have did, and I know from racing sometime that, to be honest, when a race is so competitive, you can last track and laps.
Yeah.
So what I think they should have done, they should have had numbers, 2 persons on each side, throwing some big numbers and 3 laps. 2 laps, 1 lap. They could have did that. Or they could have had a finishing a bell to shake when it was the last lap.
Yeah.
And that's what experience I cannot knock because remember this was the first race in that format with 3 laps. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying that the things that fix stuff like that, I don't beat up sponsors and the promoters and stuff like that. We young, we learn. That one learning thing next year we got Bale, you have your numbers then. It was the first time, so that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And it should be like that. You get on, you start a count. When you reach the opposite side, that's one lap. Same thing with National Stadium. When you get on, you come around, that's one lap. You don't start count. You know what I mean? That's the right way to do it.
But you have to go all the way around fast, and then start, and that no count. You sort of want to lap.
Yeah, that's a free lap. That's all, yeah. So, for cross country, you guys gonna be in the boot. The boot stuff is beautiful.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything from CFB and how they want to do it.
But don't you think by now, Dave, they should have all that stuff, already organized, exactly what they're gonna be doing?
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I said to Seki Byron, to the same thing. The CFB need a body. Because that body would have been doing all these things. You only have people that I know. Glenn, Mike, and Leticia. That's a lot of work, bro, for people. So they need a body who could help with the work. Right?
Yeah.
And CFB need a podcast.
Yeah.
Because what they don't understand that you need to say podcast is popular right now. I don't know. If I just come to Belize, what I CFB? Me don't know that.
Yeah.
Me don't know what I want CFB. Or I just want right. I don't familiar. And oh, but I have to talk to CFB. How do I get in touch with CFB? Who do I call?
Yeah.
How does race work in Belize? What are the rules?
Yeah.
Those are all topics that CFB could have on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, and they need to have more meetings.
And the podcast don't have to be done 2 hours.
No.
It's just so the people that are... See, because the thing is with Sec 1 and Sec 2 is growing in Belize. And the way how it's set up right now is growing, but a lot of people don't know. I don't know if I just come and I want to ride in how do I work about that? Who do I talk to? Who do you speak to about it? How do you become a member? How do I become a member of CFB? You see what I'm saying? Your podcast will tell you all that. So, when you got your podcast for 1 hour, because you try to make a connection with CFB and the people, right? Because you're selling them something, and you want them to buy into it. But the people will start seeing you over, and then it becomes just like news or anything else.
Yeah. But we look forward, see what's gonna happen. We had some beautiful race for the.
I enjoyed it.
The rumbling, the tropic, the team. I like how the team rode pretty good. That's one of the first races I see the team rode.
But
like
not only that, I like the reason why I enjoyed it. Even though I wanted a picture to win the race, I like the whole idea of another team winning the race. The GIL, because the two are close to the rival competitors against each other, and that's good for cycling.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
You don't make one team winning all the race one becomes four.
Beautiful. And I just love the way these. And you could look at the guys, man. They're in great condition.
Yeah, some of them.
They look real fit. You know what I mean?
But the thing with Byron too sick, because who I was telling this morning, I was running with someone this morning, and I said like this. You don't lose a race because you don't fit. Right? Let's talk about rumbling the jungle. Rumbling the tropics, right? Let's use... Because Finnegan warrior. Heno came 9th or 10th, finished the first set of guy. That was 100 miles race, right?
Yeah.
Sunday, he did a race that was, 60 miles, 55 miles? He might have finished 5th.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah.
He don't finish because he's in a shape.
Yeah.
He don't finish because of decision making.
Yeah.
So you could be fit. That don't make you win a race. Because bicycle races are like chest. It's just different move at different time. So you could be fit and you could not ride in a race and we don't get movement, you want push and fitness boy in a shape. Don't know in no shape, bro. The race is different. Every race is different.
Every race is different.
Every race is different. So
you so right with that. I remember one time trained for Orange Walk race with the great Robert Mosiah with Muzz. And we was in great condition. But when he moved, look, I should have followed him. But like you said, I didn't make the right decision.
Yes, it's decision making.
He was in good condition and I was in good condition.
You could be in a race with a guy, you're in much better condition than that, and that guy will win that race.
Yeah.
Just decision making showing the race whether he can serve more energy, whether he will move with any move that move, and he say, you know what, I'll move with the right one. That's why I said it's different. Because you couldn't be third last year for country and this year going 50th. And some guys will say, well, man, this guy came here last year. Well, the race was different.
Yeah, and you're right. But yeah, like I noticed lately, like in the old days, in Holiday, the Miguel Day, you had guys win 3 cross country in a row, or that, or 2 in a row, or in their entire career, they won 5 cross country or full cross country. You don't see that much now. You see guys like one and done.
It's difficult to do. It's too competitive. And the guys are very closely matched.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. Chav had 4 flats in a race, right?
Yeah.
He gave him chance to win the race.
Yeah.
But one mistake, one flat, one change, that might change the outcome of your race.
Yeah. I remember
because it shows that the riders are closely matched, because if the riders was closely matched, then when Chav get flat, then when I catch Korean, right? But because the riders are so closely matched, that you cannot allow to make no mistake.
Yeah.
We rust on flat change the race, so that's what I think. So when some guys go and ride good today, they don't perform, they don't finish top 5 or top 10, they have the press because it's a lot of miles. That's normal.
Yeah. And I remember in that race, man, you guys did a great job too, with the broadcasting. It was great. And I remember I text you and it says, Dave, Chav getting back. He's going to come back. And he did. There are a few. Yeah. You see, tell us something about Chav, right? Derek and Justin Samaria Jr. What do they have? A lot of the guys don't have. They got that DNA, bro. Yeah.
Their father was like that, bro. Justin Samaria, father was like that. He cut like that.
Yeah.
That guy would run from tape to tape. That guy would get flat and run back. He was like that. And they have that old school in there.
And I told JR, right? Have you noticed in that race, Rummel in the traffic, he got on Boulevard first. He did what we call like 6 or 5, we call it fly, right, to try and get away. I told him his father would have done no more than 1. And when he came from behind you, it was hell catching up to him.
Who's that?
Jocelyn, the father.
Yeah. He's cut like that.
Yeah. But
you got them ability and so many kids.
Yeah.
The way the kids train, they already got the base discipline and style of ride. So now when you come that with one good coach and stuff and the riding racing experience, it's just like the Williams brothers, right?
Yeah.
They have the DNA in there already. And they have it for both sides, for them and the pop.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know where related to them in too.
Yeah.
So they got both sides, so they have the BS thing and they are really good. Also harness that and Caliban, they grew up to go to race with Caliban, they watch Caliban, so all the discipline and thing when they say paddock. So when you put that there with racing experience and exposure, yeah, you get kind of right there.
So look, Dave, I'm picking Chav. I'm picking the Reyes to win cross country, one of them. At the event I had in January, I spoke to Derek and Justin Jr. and I told them it's time for them to win this race. So I'm picking one of them to win. Who's your pick?
Um, I want
I
to
want to
tell
tell
you,
you, say,
I
I
think
think
Corey
Corey
Williams and
Williams
win
and win
cross
cross
country.
country. He's coming to win. I know he's coming to win. He
And
wants
the
to
reason
win
why I'm
this race.
saying this is, see,
See,
all right,
all right,
let's
let's
say
say
in
in
cycling,
cycling,
there's that
there's that
one
one
factor that
factor
puts
that
you
puts you
apart from
apart from
all
all
riders in
riders in
cycling.
cycling.
Sprinting, bro.
Yeah.
Sprinting in
Sprinting in
cycling,
cycling,
it's
it's
like
like
having a
having a
big
big
punch in
punch in
boxing.
boxing.
Is
Is
that
that
once you
once you
survive,
survive,
it's
it's
over.
over.
Yeah.
And so
And
the
so the
guys,
guys,
then,
then,
your
your
competitors,
competitors
have the
have the
burden
burden
of
of
proof to
proof
get
to
rid
get
of
rid
you.
of you.
Yeah.
I
I
know,
know,
but if you
but
watch
if you watch
if you watch Corey
Corey
style,
style,
right?
right?
The
The
only
only
thing
thing
with
with
Corey
Corey
sometimes
sometimes
in
in
road
road
races,
races,
I
I
question some
question
of
some of
my
my
decision
decision
making.
making.
But
But
if you
if
look
you look
from the
from the
outside
outside
into a
into a
race,
race,
you could
you could
always
always
find
find
one
one
flaw or one
flaw or one
fault in
fault
our
in our
decision
decision
when a
where a
rider make
rider
and
make
say,
and
boy,
say,
I'm
boy,
going to do
I'm
it
doing
so.
so.
Because in
Because it's
hindsight,
hindsight,
you
you
don't do
don't
so
do
in
so
a
in a
work.
work.
Yeah.
But at the
But at the
time when
time when
everything they
everything
take
they take
place,
place,
Yeah.
it's a
it's a
different
different
monster to
monster
deal
to
with,
deal with,
right?
right?
Yeah.
But
But
watch
watch
Corey.
Corey.
Corey could
Corey
time
could time
trial.
trial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could sprint. And I
And
tell
I
a lot
tell
of
a lot
time,
of
he
time,
could
he
time
could time
trial
trial
good,
good,
he
he
could
could
sprint
sprint
good,
good,
right?
right?
And he could
And he could
climb
climb
good.
good.
So
So
usually
usually
one
one
guy,
guy,
most
most
riders
riders
have one
have one
flaw.
flaw.
Maybe they
Maybe
could
they could
sprint,
sprint,
but they
but they
can't
can't
climb. Maybe
climb.
they
Maybe
could
they could
climb,
climb,
can't
can't
time.
time trial.
You have
You have
riders like
riders like
that,
that,
Yeah.
right?
right?
Oscar
Oscar
one next
one next
rider
rider
like
like
that
that
ability.
abilities.
He could
He could
sprint,
sprint,
he
You
could
could
he could
climb.
climb, he
climb,
could
he
climb
could
time
time
trial.
trial.
If they're
If
not
they're
the
not the
best,
best,
he
he's
right
there
down
right
the
from the
top,
top,
you know
you
that.
know
Yeah.
that.
So that
So
they
that they
can
can
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah.
That
That
there
year
when,
when,
check this
check this
out.
out.
That
That
there
year
when
when
um Oscar
Oscar
won
won
cross
cross
country.
country.
Yeah.
If he
If he
couldn't
couldn't
pace,
pace,
you know,
you
with
know,
that,
with that,
think
think
about it.
about it.
Because when
Because
he
when he
jump out
jump
and
out
go
and go
and
and
corner
corner
for
and
try
try
chasing,
chasing,
he
Yeah.
may
he
have
may
to
have
have
to
some
have
kind
some
of
kind of
time
time
trial
trial
ability to
ability to
Yeah.
hold off
hold
To hold it
Corey.
off.
If he
Yeah.
could
If he
hold
could
off
hold off
Corey and
Corey
hope
and
Corey
hope
can
Corey
just
can
lose
just
a
lose a
sprint,
sprint,
Yeah.
a
a
finish,
finish,
right?
right?
Yeah.
So
So
now
now
I've
I've
noticed
noticed
something
something
with
with
Wayne
Wayne
now
him
with
now with
Chaps.
Chaps.
Chaps
Chaps
could
could
climb very
climb very
good
Yeah.
good
and could
and
time
could time
trial good
trial good
enough too.
enough too.
And you have a sprint now. You believe it or not, you have a
I'll
sprint.
tell you,
Yeah.
he's
He's
not the
not the
fastest
fastest
sprinter,
sprinter,
Yeah.
but
but
you
you
cannot
cannot
underestimate on
underestimate
a
on a
tape.
tape.
So
Yeah.
Chaps would
That
have
would
be
have
that
been
guy
that guy
where
way.
if you
If
look
you look
past on a
past and a
finish, you
finish, you
beat
have
you.
beat you.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Yeah. He have a. He didn't have that finish.
No
No
boy,
boy,
he's
That,
he's
fast no
that,
boy.
that finish came when he went to college and came back home.
Boy,
right.
I was
Yeah.
shot man a man fast. You a man fast.
No, but early he did not have that sprint. Yeah, then driving is riding good too. He's no joke too. So we have some good
Jive,
good guys going in.
So
So
that
that
is
it
right
is right
now.
now. I
I
tell
tell you,
you,
Jive
Javin
to
could
win
win
cross
cross
country,
country,
Chap to
Chap
win
could win
cross
cross
country.
country.
Based
Based
on
my
last
last
performance,
performance,
I don't
I
want
don't
to
want
put
to put
Oscar
Oscar
there,
there,
but
but
also
also
remember
remember
Oscar won
Oscar
a
won a
cross
cross
country.
country.
And
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
don't
if
know if
Oscar
Oscar
won a
won a
rider to
rider to
talk
talk
about
about
earlier
earlier
that
that
his
his
race
race
will be
will be
cross
cross
country.
country.
Yeah, I
I
really,
don't know if
Dave.
it's scheduled.
I think so with him. I really
I
think
don't know
so.
if the schedule
Yeah,
that
Oscar.
is for
Is for
cross
cross
country
country
rather than
rather
Yeah.
than
for
for
rumbling the
rumbling
tropics.
tropics.
Because if for
For
cross
cross
country,
country,
then
then
rumbling the
rumbling
tropics you
tropics you
can't
can't
judge by,
judge by,
right?
right?
So I'm
So I'm
still
still
going to
going
be
to be
kind of one
kind of one
champion. I
champion.
say
I say
Oscar,
Oscar,
Jivin,
Javin,
Chap.
Chap.
Yeah.
Um, he
He
come
come
crazy to
crazy
say,
to say,
man,
man,
you know, Goran to
Goran
win
could win
cross
cross
country,
country,
right?
right?
Yeah, and then to look, man. What's the
Listen,
video?
but
You
come
forgot
on,
to
say
say
Goran
Goran
right
right
there.
there.
I was
I was
finding
finding
a
a
rumbling the
rumbling
tropics,
tropics,
right?
right?
He
He
ran a
ran a
smart
smart
race.
race.
Goran
Goran
showed that he
showed
could
that he could
conserve a lot
conserve a
of
lot of
energy
energy
and
and
patience,
patience,
right?
right?
Yeah.
And
And
if
if
you do
you
that,
do that,
you
you
give
give
yourself one
yourself one
chance.
chance.
Now,
Now,
I
I
won't
will
put
put
on for
on
pick
for
on
pick
for say,
on
well,
say,
boy,
well, boy,
because I know
because
the
I know the
competition.
competition.
But
Yeah.
Gorian is the kind of guy where if you look past him, you could win too.
Yeah.
To do anything around the topics. He stay out and come to the chase, you know, brother. And he look as I see, I watch that. He stay out and come to the chase, and never catch him.
And that's the thing that he's young, Dave.
Think about it. Catch the ball. He did the same thing
Did the
again.
same thing, yeah.
Don't put fan there. He can right over. I watch that too. Right over the finish line.
So he's getting better at it.
No, exactly. So he have the ability to do that. If you look now, some man why Gorian can't win? You cannot say that. He show more than one time that he's right around with the finishing of his race, and he always put himself for a chance to win.
So he looks like a guy.
So he would be Gorian would be the guy who has maybe that one.
Yeah, he looks like a guy that if you left him out there, he's the kind of guy could run and run and run.
Then that's the Chavaria Junior.
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah.
We're not trying to trial back and plan.
Yeah.
It's not be named Charlie, the next brother.
Yeah, Junior. Yeah.
And he knows to race because he goes outside. You know he numbers then.
Yeah, you know.
So
Yeah, he does.
And remember lately, he just pick up bike that I get in the yard for anywhere and the way he ran last race. So you know a guy where.
He's a guy definitely I know for a fact is his whole training is towards cross country.
The thing is where Paul have over most of the diesel rider is his exposure. The level of competition when the kids ride against with him and Justin down guys like our own criterion rider, I don't care what kind of rider. The man the competitors in the riding are not to play with, bro.
Yeah.
I mean speed and fast and fitness. And then you have the other guy, I don't know if you come for win. You have to lap with right there.
Yeah, that might be coming to ride for Corey because I think he wants to win, man. I think he's coming to win this cross country, and he's hot right now. This whole year he's been riding.
He just won last week, I think, a week before, man. Right now.
This whole year he's riding good.
Yeah.
Then the kid that came second to him in Guyana for that Caribbean race, I think. He might be coming to ride cross country too. Yeah, so cross country is gonna be packed, Dave. It's gonna be exciting. Like you says, I'm not going behind it. I'm gonna stay and watch it.
Yeah, I want to see.
So we if you guys are not in the booth, right? We're gonna make sure Joe have 3 phones for them.
Yeah. And then I would say with Joe, what I think Joe did in the Rumbling Traffic. And I think to be fair, I think he did it because he didn't want to push back and people say, well, I have to ride out. But I think in the future, what I'm going to try is that when the riders are coming to the finish line like that, he could get in front of them like 60 feet and just zoom in and turn backward and just be the other. Do that. Because they do that you know, interrupt nothing.
Yeah.
Because they're like one man at the day. Nobody can finish. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like you says, he might be thinking about not taking you know, people is gonna like a lot of people, man, look for faults. As great as the race is, they're trying to find faults. Yeah, as beautiful as that race was, they will look for something that did not go well.
Man, I'm doing a hell of a job, man. To do that way, you don't see enough to hold up on a phone like that.
No, yeah.
Why the group shake and I think no for you?
No, I go between cars with and be on the back now, it's not easy.
That's
taking a lot of chance to, boy.
Yeah, so you know. But I can't wait, so I am so excited to cross country.
No, yeah. But before that, we have the event on the 13th.
Boy,
I expect you to be there. You to be one of the guys that introduce the cyclists.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's coming up the 13th.
I think that's a great idea right there.
Yeah. And you know, hopefully, next year the CFP could build on that, the living legend, and also build on that.
I feel like what we want to do for that sake, we need a profile of all these riders, man.
Yeah.
The age, like they have to be like a go online, whether it's with low person or lap or I could pull up these guys and say, okay, they're riding so and so team, they're riding then. So That would
Right.
be good to introduce them because they got some heavy hitters that have resume with them out there.
Yeah.
We don't tend to deal with resume in Belize. We forget everything. You probably don't know who won the last race.
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't. But over here is amazing because over here you go look for their resume.
Yeah, they keep track of that stuff.
Yeah. Let me see his resume. That's the first thing. Let me see his resume. Pull his name up.
Yeah, you want to be like, you're not doing nothing.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, Dave, man, you're the best, man.
I'll try, man. But like I said, you coming next week too, huh?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Huh?
Tuesday, yeah.
All right, yeah?
Yeah.
So quick, bro. Oh, yeah, because the Thursday thing, right?
Yeah, so I have to hit up some interviews and some
Second
presentations.
time is flying.
It moves, man.
Man, time is flying.
Yeah. So it's Tuesday. I'm gonna see you. Hopefully, we could visit a couple of TV stations together.
Boy, them people gonna ask me questions. I have no business. I don't know. Yeah. All right, but yeah, just keep up the good work. Keep on doing. We'll keep on. See how we could save CFB and how we could make cycling in one family.
Yeah.
And try to make it become it's rivalry amongst clubs and CFP and stuff like that.
And that's the thing. End of the day, turn it into one big family thing, one big brotherhood.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, my brother. Good night.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right. All right, fans. I'll say good night. See you again. Good night from Brooklyn.